Hello guys and welcome back. So now let's show our grid of images here, okay, the wallpapers, okay. So that is going to come next after these categories, okay. So I'm gonna copy this again, then come here. So here let's say wallpapers grid. Yeah, let's say wallpapers grid, okay. Just like that, and then I'm gonna paste it here. Now here, let's maybe wrap this with a sliver padding. So I'm gonna change this to, let's do padding, but instead of that, let's do sliver, okay? Sliver padding, okay? Like that. And then what we wanna do now is for the padding, we can leave it like that. And then here it does not take a child. This is supposed to be a sliver, okay? Like that, and then it has a sliver box adapter. Now here, first we're going to change this container to a size box, okay, and then here what we're gonna give it is a height, okay. Let's say, okay, it's already has a height. Let's remove that. Let's change this height to a media query, okay, because we want to take about remove 200 so that it stays there. So what we're gonna do is let's first remove this, and then let's say media query. Okay, let's do it like that, and then minus 200. Okay, we want to do this. So this one you can also adjust it based on your needs. Okay, we can adjust this as required. Okay, we're gonna first, because we want to remove first 200 and then we get the rest of the height. Okay, but this can be adjusted. Maybe let me add the comment and just based on your needs. Okay, this we can change this as we want. Okay, now the child here is what we want to put our wallpaper grid. Okay, so this we want to put wallpapers grid. Okay, here. Now I think this wallpapers grid, let's create a separate class. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this and then go into, let's create another folder here. So I'm gonna right click and then new folder. Let's call this as widgets. Okay, now here let's right click and then new folder. This is going to be wallpapers grid.dat. Okay, now here let's create a stateless widget named wallpapers grid. Okay, so here we just need to return the grid view. Okay, but first let's pass some variables. Okay, because we want to be clicking on it, we want to be changing it, because the reason why we create a separate widget, we want to be reusing this grid even in the profile screen. Okay, so here first let's have a required this dot, we want to pass the wallpaper. Okay, and then we also want to pass the required on top, and then we want to pass the cross-axis like cross-axis count, cross-axis aspect ratio. So this we won't require. We just want to say this dot cross-axis count. So by default is going to be 2. So let me just move these down. By default that is going to be 2, and then let's also require, I mean not require, this dot child what's it called, child aspect ratio. This by default is going to be, let's do 0.75. Next we want to pass this dot cross-axis spacing. Okay, cross-axis spacing. This is going to be 8 by default. let's pass another this dot main axis spacing. This is also going to be 8 by default. Okay. Okay, this is supposed to be wallpapers because we want to pass a list of wallpapers. Now we just need to initialize this. So this, it has to be a list from a wallpaper like that. Okay, let's import that, and then let's just import. Okay, this on top, we want to return a wallpaper. Okay, yeah, it's fine like this, but we can just call a wallpaper like this. Okay, and then it's just going to be a final function like that. Okay, and then we can pass all of these, all of that, and all of this. Now here, let's create our grid view. Okay, so here let's say grid view dot builder. Okay, now down here, let's first bring all of these down here. So here in the sliver delegate, let's do sliver delegate, and then we put all the required. So we are just passing what we have passed here, because these are the things that we can just pass from outside. Okay, child axis spacing, this is going to be the same. Child aspect ratio, cross axis spacing, all of these we have just passed. And then what else? Main axis spacing, main axis spacing, and then that's it. And then item count, we know that we are going to get the count of these wallpapers that we are passing here. Okay, so we're just gonna say wallpapers dot length, and then the item builder. Now let's create that. So this is going to be context and then index. Okay, now here we just need to pass the wallpaper. Okay, so let's click tab, let's see what. Okay, it's almost got it. So let's remove everything here. We have the wallpaper at that index. Now here we need to create the wallpaper item. Okay, so we need to return this. So I think let's also create another widget to display the wallpaper. Okay, so let's create wallpaper item here. Okay, this is where we're going to display our wallpaper. What we want to pass is, let's just pass the wallpaper, and then also let's return the on top, because we just want to, if we return, we just want to return this wallpaper. Okay, so now let's create this wallpaper icon for item for now. Okay, we want to create these reusable widgets because we might be reusing all these widgets. Okay, so I think for the grid view it's done. Let's just create this wallpaper item. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy this and then come back to the widgets, and then new folder, new file, wallpaper item dot. So this is also going to be a stateless widget, wallpaper item. Okay, so this wallpaper item, we know that it passes a required wallpaper and then on top also. Okay, let's just initialize that wallpaper and then also return that wallpaper. Okay, just like this, and then here we need to display this widget. Okay, so first here on the wallpaper, we know that we have a wallpaper, and then we have some details below, like a name, a like button, and a comment button. Okay, that's what we want to create here. Okay, that's why we are giving it a separate widget, because we will use that one to show everywhere. Okay, so first what we're gonna do is, let's pass a gesture detector, because we know that this is going to be clickable. And then on top here, we're directly gonna call our on top here. Okay, this one. Okay, so looks like this one wants to return a wallpaper. Okay, what we're gonna do is, we're gonna come back here, instead of calling this like this, here a wallpaper at index. Okay, we're just gonna pass on top, sorry, on top, and then we're gonna pass the wallpaper like that. Okay, now if we come back here, we need to remove this. Okay, it's just gonna be on top like that. Okay, great. Now here, let's have a creep rect. Okay, so it has to be a child. Let's have a creep rect. Creep rect. So this script rate, first let's give it some border radius. So border radius, we want to get the circular, which is going to be 10, and then this is going to have a child. Let's return a stack widget which has got children. Okay, now first let's close this out. Okay, so for the children here, first we want to expand it to fit the whole screen. Okay, so let's have a fit. Okay, inside here we're gonna need to put a fit here. We want to fit it to the whole screen. Stack fit dot expand. Okay, now for the children, the first children that we want to put is a wallpaper image. Okay, so even the wallpaper image, let's also create a separate widget for it. Okay, so let's go wallpaper image like that. And then what we're gonna pass here, let's pass the image URL like that, which is going to come from wallpaper dot image URL. Okay, we need to create this widget as well. Okay, now after this one, let's have a container. So in this container now, we're going to have a decoration like a dark gradient, which will make the text be visible. Okay, so let's have a decoration here. So let's have a box decoration, and then box decoration. First we're gonna have a gradient. The gradient is going to be a linear gradient. So before the color here, let's say first the begin. Let's do alignment dot top center, and then let's do the end, which is going to be alignment dot bottom center like that. And then now the color we want to be colors first is going to be transparent from top, and then colors dot black with opacity of 0.7. Let's do 0.7. Then we can put a comma there. Okay, so this is going to be the container. And then right after the container, also now down here we need to have the overflow, where we have the text, the like button and the comment button. So this one also will make it a widget. So let's name it wallpaper info overflow overlay. Yeah, like this. So for this, what we're gonna do now, this we need to pass some variables. So first let's pass the wallpaper name. So this is coming from wallpaper dot name, and then let's pass the likes. This is going to come from wallpaper dot likes, and then what else? We're gonna pass the comments. This is going to come from wallpaper dot comments, and then what are we going to pass? Maybe the decoration as well, because we're gonna use it elsewhere. Okay, so maybe let's say name fonts. Okay, name font size. For now in this class we're gonna pass 14, and then icon icon, and maybe icon font size. We're gonna call it icon font size. Okay, this one let's pass 14 as well. Okay, yeah, maybe something like that. Okay. Okay, now we just need to create these two classes, but first of all, let's call this in the grid view. So let's import this. Okay, now we have that. Now we just need to deal with these two widgets. Okay, let's start with a wallpaper image. So I'm gonna copy this and then come on the widgets, create, and then let's go wallpaper image dot. Let's create a stateless widget, wallpaper image. So for this one, it's not going to be a lot. Just need to require this dot image URL. Okay, now let's initialize it here with like okay, final string image URL. Need to close it like that. Now here we're simply going to return an image asset, image.asset, and then here, because right now we are just getting data from our local storage, I'm just gonna put the fit and then box fit dot cover. We want to cover. So that's it for this one for now. Okay, if we come back here, we just need to import it. Okay, we're gonna do more later on, because right now we're just getting data from our local storage. So let's copy this. This one is supposed to be overlay like this. So let's copy this, come on widgets, then here let's say wallpaper info overlay dot. It's going to be a stateless widget. So here wallpaper info overlay. Okay, now in here we need to pass these that we are passing here. Okay, so let's come back here. We need to require this dot wallpaper name. We need to require this dot likes, comments. Okay, now it knows. So let's just bring this down. Okay, these other ones we don't need to require. Okay, looks like our assistant is getting it. So this by default, maybe let's keep it 14, the font, okay, 0.0 is 16.0. Okay, like that. All right, now let's initialize these. Okay, now here first let's return a padding widget, because we want to add some padding here. So first of all, here let's add constant of age insets dot, or we want to put 8.0. Then next after that, we want to have a child care, which is going to be a column. This column is going to have children. So first let's start with a main axis alignment. Okay, this needs to be in lowercase, and then main axis alignment. So what is this? Main axis. Okay, sorry. So this is not a child. It has to be above here. Okay, so this has to be end, and then also cross-axis alignment. Cross-axis alignment dot start. So first of all, we want to start the first child as a text. So this is going to become from wallpaper name. Okay, let's just put some style. some style which comes from text style. So here let's first have a color. So this is going to be colors dot white, okay, because it's going to be in the dark background. And then font size, we can get that name font size. And then here let's put the text as bold, the font weight dot bold, just like this. The name is done. Let's move on to the next one. First, let's have a constant of size boxed. Size box. We want to put the height here of like 4 because we just want a small one. Okay, so let's cut it out of here. It needs to be outside of here. Now next, let's have a row with children. Okay, so the first one is going to be a like button. Okay, so let's do icon. For now it's just going to be an icon, it won't be clickable. We can change it later on. This is going to be icons dot favorites. Okay, favorites, this one. So we need to give it a color, which is going to be colors dot red. What else? We're going to give it a size. The size which is going to come from icon font size on top. Okay, yeah, I think we're gonna get that one. And then what else? I think this is enough for this one. Let's also have a constant of size box just below this. Constant of size box with a width of let's do 4. And then below here we're gonna have likes. Okay, because how many likes are here? Okay, so let's do text. Okay, we'll get that likes to string, and then we're going to get the font size, and then the color is going to be white, and all of that is going to be like that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we can maybe reduce this as a font size, not the same. We can reduce this to by -2. Okay, so that it's a bit smaller to that. Okay, so right after this we're going to have comments. Okay, so we just need to copy this size box, paste it here, and then maybe just change this to a bigger one like 16. Okay, now here we're gonna have an icon of comment icon, which comes from icons dot comment. Do we have a comment icon? Yeah, comment like that. Then we also need to select the color, which is going to be also colors dot white. And then after that we're gonna have also a size, which is going to be icon font size like we specified. Okay, we're gonna put the comma, and then let's copy that once again, put it here. Gonna have a text of comments. Okay, so assistance knows what we want here. Also let's do -2. Okay, yeah, I think that's it for this widget. If we save it, it's going to be formatted. Okay, just like that. Now the only thing to do is we come back to this, and then we import this here, and then we also come to the home screen. Here we can just call our wallpaper grid, wallpapers grid, like that. So here we need to pass the list of wallpapers. Okay, so this list of wallpapers, we know that it's coming from wallpaper dot wallpapers. Okay, and then on top here we know that we are returning a wallpaper. And then here what we're gonna do is navigate to wallpaper details screen. Okay, just like this. Okay, so hopefully I wasn't too fast. Here we've just created a wallpapers grid, which is this one, and then from here we created a wallpapers item widget, which is this one. From here, we created a wallpaper item widget, and then let's save it. And then also we created a wallpaper overlay. Okay. Now it's time to test this. Let's just hot reload. We can see that now we have our wallpapers. Okay. We can even scroll. We can scroll all of these. Okay. Okay, so you can see that if once we scroll here, we have an empty space. Here is where we want to put the search bar, okay, which snaps, because this one goes away. We want to snap another one here. Okay, so yeah, that's it, guys. We have successfully displaying our wallpapers. The next one, we are going to put the carousel, and also first we'll start with the search bar here. Okay, so thank you guys, and see you in the next video.